Hi guys, welcome back to our show. Too much to say because
We've always got too much to say.
I'm Manal.
And I'm Anisa, and we're your hosts. So, welcome back, guys.
Welcome
You
back.
know, what's so interesting. We're sat here and we're getting used to it. We're getting real comfortable with our space. But every time, like, I walk in, I'm still like,
I know,
this is our space.
I know. And then we keep thinking about like different things to
To
change
change,
around
yeah,
and like just reviewing. It just feels like it's like kind of like redecorating your home.
yeah,
It's
literally.
like you walk in and you're like, today I want to change the couch. Today I
Yeah,
want to change,
this and
the
that.
frame. And it
Mhm.
just feels so good. I
So,
love
just
it.
bear with us. If you see some things
Yeah.
different in the frame, we are trying to.
Something different in the frame.
The whole
But the whole frame.
We're trying something different. We're gonna figure
Yeah,
it out. We've got our little logo, neon thing. I mean, listen, we're growing and you guys get to grow with us. So I think that's amazing.
absolutely.
Speaking of growing, there's something that we were, getting like feedback and people were complimenting, the show and things like that. So then me and Manal were having a conversation and I was like, what's the weirdest compliment you have ever heard? And even though I've gone on the internet and I've like searched some up and I've like looked at some, people's weirdest compliments. But now, like, have you ever heard
Yes.
something weird? What's the weirdest
Yes. And
compliment
I
you've
think some of them are going to be watching this.
Okay. What's
But
what's the
like
weirdest
the
compliment?
weirdest compliment I was ever told was you're so beautiful for a black girl.
Stop. Stop.
And I just went,
What do I say to that?
um,
Uh-uh.
and you don't know how to take it
No,
because you're
it's like,
like,
thanks.
I feel like you wanted to give it to me as a compliment.
Yeah, but
But now I'm offended for
all the black girls.
all black girls. And I'm
Everyone.
like, are you joking? How
Yeah.
many black girls have you met? They're
Right.
all beautiful.
Everyone's beautiful in their own way, but
Everyone's
to say like
beautiful.
for that's
But isn't it weird? Because it's almost like, oh, you're special because you're the prettiest of all the black girls.
That's
Like
nothing. Take it
almost
back.
like they want to make you feel really important and like special. And you're like,
Take it back. If that's the compliment you want to give me,
let's not do this again.
take it all the way back. Can I tell you the weirdest compliment I've ever had? I've had a couple, but like the weirdest one for me was when you post something on social media and then people reply to like your story reply, they do like emojis, whatever. So I was like, whatever. This one guy, no word of a lie, he replied to like one of my posts and he was like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're my dad's favorite." It's like, wait, what? You're my dad's favorite. What does that mean? Where do I go with that?
So are we getting married?
He's a grown man. Like, look at the thing. He's like a grown man. He goes, "You're my dad's favorite."
Is he still with us?
I don't know. I didn't want to ask no questions. I let it go.
Oh,
Imagine. Till
That's-
today, I'll never go over that DM. You're my dad's favorite.
I mean, have you proposed yet?
I can't get over who's dad, what. I'm like, it's too many questions. So that's the weirdest compliment I've ever had. I mean, I've had others like here and there, like people, to be honest, people are keyboard warriors. They say the most in DMs and they say like the craziest things in comments. And I'm always kind of like, if you weren't behind a keyboard, would you say this?
Yeah, because you're literally faceless and all you have is all the time in the world to be typing all these things that are just random. You're just going from one profile to another. You're just like randomly typing out these things.
Which is crazy. But so I went on the internet. I know you've got some and I've got some. So I'm going to read out some crazy compliments that we've seen. I'm going to go first.
Go for it. Yeah.
Someone said, "You have the most terrific elbows." I wouldn't even know what to do with that. No, that's crazy.
I have the most
terrific elbows.
But you know what? Some people I feel like do pay attention to these things.
Okay, but like I don't want to know
because like I feel like someone's complimented someone. I've heard one time someone complimenting someone's knees.
Okay,
you have great knees, and I thought
if anything was happening to my knees, I'm coming for that person.
I'm like,
you know,
why would you? That's
crazy. Have you got one?
Have I got one? You have the aura of a librarian. The aura of the librarian.
Yo, that's basically telling you you're dry. You're dry. You're boring.
You're boring.
The aura of a librarian.
Here I was thinking the aura of a librarian would be smart. Like, like you have the aura of a librarian that's read. Like, she's so well read. She's read so many books. She's giving me librarian
Okay,
vibes.
that's your optimistic side. But the way I saw it was like you're boring.
No, damn it. Maybe I need to dial down my optimism.
This is one that I saw.
I would have been like, oh, thank you. No.
It's not. I would have looked at you like,
that wasn't a compliment.
Now, this is one that I've seen on the internet, but I swear I think I've heard this before. They said, you're not beautiful, but you're photogenic.
Listen, there's a lot of silent moments in this one because
you know what's photogenic?
Yeah, like trees. You just go.
No, trees are photogenic.
Like the sunset.
It's photogenic, nature, like
the boring. Sunset.
So you're trying to tell me, like, what? You're not beautiful, but you're photogenic.
No, that's weird.
Fact.
No, I think, why do people give the most ridiculous, like,
no, it's crazy.
Compliments? I would rather someone not give an actual compliment. But do you think sometimes maybe people just get nervous and they just don't know what to say?
Or it's the other end of the spectrum, which is like they
have too much to say.
Too much to say. So they go the wrong way.
The wrong way. It's possible. I could be like that sometimes. I'll be like, oh, I like your cornrow. Yeah. One. That would be me. That would be me. You'd be like, take it
all the way back.
Can we redo this last minute? Please. You know, like.
Have you got another one?
A kid once told me your teeth are very white, but that's probably because you're black. It's probably because you're black. Stop it!
That's offside. But it was a kid.
Your teeth are...
A kid.
Are very white.
You can't really say something to a kid.
No, but kids... But then you say kids are the most honest.
The ones who humble me the most are
always kids.
They will always humble me. They will always. I've got one more, but this one, I've had this said to me. But somebody said it on the internet. They go, did you get plastic surgery to get your chin like that? Do you know what I always get? People always ask me about my nose. Always.
You do have the Nancy Ajram nose.
Not the Nancy Ajram.
You do.
My people calls it the Michael Jackson nose, but you said Nancy Ajram, which is better. You know what? Actually, I went with a side note. I went with my friend. She was getting her lip filler done. I just want to go just to see how it is. I've never done it. Never done anything yet. Because if we do, then we do. Then whatever in it.
It's your choice.
It's your choice. So then she went to get her thing done, right? And so the guy was like, the doctor, whatever. He was like, "Ooh, can I just take a picture of your nose? Who did the work? It's really good work." I was like, God. He was like, no.
Genetics.
He was like, are you sure you haven't had? I was like, no, I swear this was God.
Genetics.
Imagine. So I always get that. But
my Abba and Hoyo, they came together.
The parents came together and all that happened.
And then
but the chin.
Got my Nancy Ajram nose.
The Nancy Ajram. Yeah, plastic surgery allegations are always wild. If you're gonna compliment me on plastic surgery, then cool. But like, at least let it be something I've actually had done. Because you're gonna compliment me on something I've never done.
But also, like, that compliment itself is like very, not condescending. What's the term? Like,
backhanded.
It's backhanded.
Yeah.
Because it's like, also, even if it was, why do you feel the need to point it out?
Yeah.
Like, why do you, like, someone went and did Botox or did fillers or whatever. Like, why are you complimenting them knowingly to their face that you know there's something about it that's backhanded? Because you know that person probably just did it.
Yeah.
Either they shared that information with you or they didn't, or you heard or something. But like, why would you share that? Why would you compliment someone on the... That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so someone said you have the energy of a cactus.
What is wrong with people? Boring and boring and boring. That's wild. The energy of a cactus.
Can you imagine just sitting there like... You're dry.
No,
that means
you are dry. You're boring.
You can withstand dry conditions. You can withstand dry conditions. Also, could be a compliment coming from the optimist. Because imagine, like, because they don't need like any entertainment. They don't need any like laughter or anything. Just
no, you just
sit there.
You're just there.
Dry.
Do you know what I've heard once someone say to a guy actually said to me, which I thought was just wild. He was like, I could put you anywhere and you're always gonna be fine. And I was like, what do you mean by that? I could put you anywhere. First of all, what do you mean I could put you anywhere? Because I literally could take you and put you anywhere. You're always gonna be fine. And I was like, I don't really think that that's a great compliment. I'm a little bit scared because are you going to kidnap me? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, like, please don't lock me in your basement.
It's not a compliment
It's
to
not a
say to
compliment.
someone, like, I could take you anywhere and you'll be fine.
No, but you know what? The optimist again.
Ah.
But like, it could be that he just means it
Well,
really as a
skuffalantahai.
compliment.
What basically what skuffalantahai, which is like
You're self-sufficient. But
self-sufficient.
like, not only, I think he maybe means like you have great like interpersonal
But
skills.
I'm
Like you
just
have like a good like social presence, good social etiquette. Like you know how to talk. I've seen you talk with different kinds of people.
I know, but I'm just
and you
a
can
girl.
carry a conversation. It's not like exhausting for you. You know what I mean?
I know,
think that's a
but
compliment, sis.
I just want to be like a girl.
That's not. Sorry, that was a compliment.
She's like, take it.
Take it.
Okay, Manal, from now on, whatever weird compliment.
Just think like.
Do you know what I'm going to do next time?
Manal.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be like, what would Manal think
What
about
would
this
Manal
compliment?
think?
You know?
I think you should try that.
No, I love that.
I have been told I was too optimistic one time.
Which one?
I have been told I was way too optimistic.
I think that I have a quote
like, can we dial it down? I was like, no. We need to dial that up.
Please, you don't understand what it took for me to get to this point in life.
Da-na-na-na.
Da-na-na-na-na.
There you go.
All right. Okay. Actually, you know what? Can we move on to the next part of the show? Because we could talk about compliments for time.
Yes.
But, Manal, there is something that I really wanted us to kind of get into a little bit more detail with, because I know we've spoken about this a little bit before. As you know, we are sitting in a set designed by M Home, which is Manal's business.
Right.
But a lot of people don't actually know what our day, like our 9 to 5 is. This is a passion project. And inshallah, one day our podcast is going to be our 9 to 5, 24-hour everything. But for now, we have our own projects and things that we work on. So, Manal, do you want to tell everybody about what you do, how you got started?
I'm gonna keep it short. Okay. But basically, my mother started the business 33 plus years ago.
MashaAllah.
She started with flooring, and then we expanded into furniture.
Wow.
And so we used to import from China. In China, COVID happened, and we moved to Turkey. And then a little around when we were hit with COVID, I decided I wanted to have a workshop to start producing furniture, because people were now looking for items for their homes, furniture for their homes that are cost effective, because remember, like, some people are out of jobs, some people didn't have, and people were still moving to new apartments, the rent was still high, so there was a lot. And I saw a market. Anyways, I started collaborating with a few designers and some friends and things, and I was like, okay, this can happen. But then again, a little after COVID, it dropped. So I was like, okay, this is not going to work out. Should I just keep pushing a little bit, further, or should I just stop? Initially, I was marketing it as Al Manal Carpets and Furniture, and I've spoken about this before as well. And when I was marketing it as Al Manal Carpets and Furniture, it wasn't appealing to the modern world, because Al Manal, like, if you know, the term Al is a very old Arabic term, not Al Manal. Al, you place Al before any name. And I just wanted something that was resonating with me and my style, but still carried the history of my mother and like the hard work. But so I didn't want to separate them. I wanted it to still be the same. So what I decided to do was, online, I wanted people to be able to relate and connect with it. So I rebranded it. And I developed the team, and I held on tight. Like, for that year was one of the toughest years, because it was like, should we just close down? Like, we've already lost a lot of money. Like, should we just stop? But then slowly work started picking up. I had already changed the way that people were seeing it online. And I was starting to connect to it, because initially, even though it's a family business, I wasn't connecting to it in the way that I wanted to connect to it, because I was an interior designer. I came from a creative background. I wanted something that is my story.
I love that.
And I wanted that growth. Like, it's like, okay, my mom built this legacy and this, but what are you adding to it? And I kept struggling with, like, how do I add value to an already existing business? So when I started doing that, I'm now doing too much to say, and we have a lot of great collaborations.
These chairs that we're sitting on was designed and created by M Home. This table, this stuff was designed by you guys.
So it's not even designed; it's like manufactured.
You better let them know.
Manufactured. So we manufacture it. And there's two things. One is I've been extremely blessed with clients that are literally that work like me. They work with ease, with so much understanding, so much design sense and trust, because those are so important. If you don't have that, the person that you're working for, there's a very big disconnect. And I want to say the second thing is to really just know what your true vision is for your own self, like, and for your own business. If you don't have like that vision and you don't see how you connect to it, that big disconnect is going to show in your work. It's going to show in your relationships with people. And I think, yeah, that's really a short, I'm sure we're going to go into it in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think those are the most,
and if people see this shameless little plug, well, we have to promote our own stuff. Where can they find like M Home stuff? You guys
M Home Interiors on Instagram, and we're gonna share the tags and the links, obviously. But yeah, it's honestly something that I made sure had to cater to people that are looking for designer, affordable luxury furniture. So
bespoke
I
furniture
don't
too.
think luxury and well-designed pieces with high quality should only be for the rich. I think it should be for everyone. And that's why I fought against like opening showrooms in other cities, because if I open in different cities, the rent is going to be higher, my prices have to go higher. But we've maintained to keep it in Sharjah. I take the measurements myself. I take the samples to my customers myself. They see me, they interact with me. We send emojis. Like we have a deep connection. I think those are people want to work with someone that they can connect with first. And like even when we were finding our team to like work with, I think that's one of the things that we loved about them. It was we work with the people before we work with the business.
I love that. Yeah.
What about you?
I love that because look, what's crazy is you can be friends for years and like we all know we work, but we don't like as friends. We don't really like. I don't really know what my friends do. Like we have our own business that we can talk about, but like my friend, she works a corporate job. I don't know what she does, but I know that her team people, if we ever have to talk about them, like I'll know the story, but I just have no clue what she does. So it's nice for us to be able to sit here and like talk about the things we do. So from interior design and creative, I'm on like the other end.
Oh my God.
Do like
I actually want everyone to hear this.
Because
I think that's when I fell in love with you.
Really? We're talking about it.
Fell in love with you.
I love this.
And I want to hear it.
Okay, so guys, I have an education background. So I studied early childhood education. I moved to the UAE in 2011. I hate saying that number because that's a crazy number.
Sounds like it's 1999.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, sis.
It's a little old.
Okay.
So yeah, anyways, when I first moved out here, I moved out here to work and teach. And while I was doing that, I kind of realized that, and this was back then, like when iPhones and iPads and all of these things was being introduced in Abu Dhabi, I used to see like a lot of kids would come with the newest gadget, and I get it. Parents are excited, they want to make the kids happy, and they would buy these things for them. Until one day, this little boy walked into my classroom. He was 4, and he had like just bags under his eyes. Like his eyes were like red, but like under his eyes looked bruised. I thought something had happened. And the mom was like carrying him in, and on one side, like he's got like the nanny putting food in his mouth as he walks in, and he's got the mum with the iPad like in front of him as they walk into the classroom. And then I was like, what's going on? She goes, I have to have this in front of him to walk in, otherwise he's not going to get out of the car. He's not going to get out of the car. He's not going to come in. He's not going to do anything. He's 4. So then I was like, take the iPad. I gave the iPad and he broke down. This was in 2016. The little boy broke down. When I tell you, he had a full-on tantrum. And then I was like telling the nanny, can you please also go? Because feeding him, I see him. He's capable of eating by himself. So this whole thing, we're not doing this. She leaves. Bear in mind, I've got students in the classroom who are all looking, who are university students who are learning to be teachers. I had a very unique job. Anyways, they were like, how do we handle this? Because obviously he's kicking and shouting. His tantrum went on for hours.
So sad, Anisa.
It was hours. And I remember saying to him, like, when you're finished, I'm here. So I let him cry. I didn't stop him. I didn't nothing. I said, when you're finished, when you can use your words, when you can explain what's wrong, I'm here. I want my iPad, kicking and shouting. Cool. I had to have a meeting with the parents. And they were like, listen, we cannot function. This boy cannot function if the iPad, the TV, the phone, if he's not watching something, he won't eat, he won't sleep, he won't nothing. I said, this is affecting his development. So I went away and I did some research, and I was thinking, like, in the city of Abu Dhabi, where could kids go if they wanted to, like, not be on their devices and stuff? And aside from sports or tutoring or gymnastics or any of those, like, basic things, there wasn't really something equipped for kids who didn't really want to be outside. And then also for parents who didn't want to fork out all that money to constantly put their kids in these things and to constantly keep their kids busy. So I quit my job. And I started something that I first named Kids Unplugged. And it was like an after-school program. I'd go to schools, I'd go to nurseries, I'd go to different venues, and I would set up something that I called the Homework Club. They didn't come to do homework. They came to socialize with other kids, and they would come to play games, kind of like a connecting thing. Like, they would just connect with other kids. Because the one thing that the devices don't have is that connection and that emotional, like, connection. And being together socially. So Kids Unplugged was born in 2017. I always say that first year I was literally out of my car because I was going to places. And then I had this idea to actually opening up a center. And I was like, you know what? I need somewhere where parents can actually come and drop off their kids can meet other kids. Kind of like, have you ever heard of like the YMCA?
Yes, the YMCA.
So like when I grew up, we had that. We had like YMCA, we had like social clubs, we had after school clubs. And it didn't have any other purpose except for kids to socialize and be together, right? And we'd go after school, we'd go on Saturdays, play different games. And it really was just cost effective. So I wanted to kind of have that. So in 2019, I opened the world's first digital wellness center for kids. Yeah, it was amazing. It's called the Unplugged Initiative. And
the world's first.
It was the world's first. No one else had ever, at that point, had ever done it. And I had segments where in the mornings I'd have little kids come in with certain age groups. In the afternoons, I would have like the older kids. In the evenings, I would have adults come in and play games. And it was literally just a hangout, really. And then COVID happened. And we were deemed non-essential, so we had to shut down. And I thought initially it'd be like the first 6 months, so I kind of kept my staff and I kind of kept everybody paying salaries, doing all of that. But then no, it really was like non-essential. I'm sorry, you guys can't open up. And then the space that I had been using had been taken over to be like a vaccine center. It was crazy because I was like,
oh my God, that literally sounds like a scene from a sci-fi.
No, it was crazy because, you know, in Abu Dhabi, like they took the COVID measures really seriously. And so we were on like lockdown for like 2 years. So then I had to get smart. I was like, okay, I always wanted a space. I've tried it. Cool. I can't. We don't know what's happening with COVID. We don't know what's gonna happen. But one thing that time frame did, it clarified to parents and everybody that we actually have a problem. Screen addiction is a problem because what happened? The whole world went online.
Everybody.
And everyone saw what I was talking about and how serious it was. Yes, I probably was a little bit early in my time, but it showed that this was an issue. And not only was it an issue, this had happened right under their noses and they had no solution. So here I come. And I created the Unplugged Zone, which is a program that parents can have in their homes. Create a space in the house that's completely unplugged. I kind of map it out for them, how to do it, what to put in the space, how to create it for the kids, and something that the kids can kind of use. So that took away the problem of what? Me not having a space. And I couldn't go into people's houses at that time because it was COVID. And then the second place I went to hotel kids clubs, because that was the second thing people were doing.
Of course.
They were going on staycations, they were trying to get out. But then when they went to the kids club, they still had TVs and iPads and everything. So I was like, what was the point? We could have just stayed at home. So I went to a couple of major hotels in the UAE and I partnered with them and I created the Unplugged Zone program in the hotel kids club. And so then they were able to operate and have more guests come in and stuff like that. And so we've been working like that ever since. And alhamdulillah, it's been a blessing.
I think, Anisa, it's one of this is like when I met you and we had this conversation, I was so moved by it because obviously I worry about that. And also my youngest was, when he started year one, it was online. And so it was about finding the balance, understanding what it meant to be online, and then not having all the information, just kind of guesswork.
Yeah.
And people need to I feel like we need to also use this platform to also raise awareness on
Yeah.
this topic and how important a role like yours is in homes, in commercial spaces, in hotels, in everywhere, and how we really have to understand, because we have to really understand the effect of
screen addiction. Yeah, it's an actual thing.
Because even as like a parent, sometimes we're just like, oh, it's fine, like just give them an hour, give them half an hour. But
what happens in that hour?
What happens in that hour? Are you truly there? But I really wish that this is something that the UAE focuses on moving forward. I know that there are some initiatives. Remember, I sent one to you. I know that there are some initiatives that are coming around, but and you were so happy. You said finally.
Yeah, they opened in Abu Dhabi. This is why I loved it. As Abu Dhabi opened the first ever clinic for screen addiction, which means doctors and healthcare workers are actually treating this as an addiction. Because what I was talking about was screen addiction, kids being addicted to iPads and phones. But what's now even more increased, which is crazy, is game addiction. And you've got teenagers who are just 24/7, 24 hours playing games, and they've become so addicted that they don't actually function. And so they need medication and they need actually treatments to wean them off of it. So Abu Dhabi invested and opened up a clinic, which I think is just
Can I
incredible.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
And then I don't mean to take
No, cool girl.
but how would you, or what would you recommend to someone, for example, when it comes to the importance of staying relevant online? Because I think we had a conversation about it earlier. Like staying relevant, being relevant for a child, we understand that that's important. What would your advice be to like parents, for example?
What do you mean for the child having
like
online
a child,
presence?
like online, like social media, online presence? Because even in the games, they have like their own profiles and they build this character. And some of these characters, like you'll see boys that are having characters dressed as women. And so
you know what I had the other day? Sorry to cut you off. I had a client show me that their kid, she told her son to go pray Tarawih prayers. And he was like, I did it. I already prayed. And she was like, show me. And then he opened up Roblox. And he was showing her how, like, in Roblox, they pray Tarawih in the game. They're praying in the game. But they were... I said, yeah.
We have a lot of work to do. And I pray, inshallah, that whatever it is, the initiative that you have, it really hits
I know for a fact.
It's like that, just, it's almost like that match that someone's like trying to, and I just want us all to wake up. I want us to accept, but also to wake up and to understand like where the balance is, to find the balance.
Yeah, 100%. And to answer your question about the relevancy, I think I always say we as adults, if they are able, we as adults, sorry, always want to kind of have like this kind of rule book, this kind of like we chuck the book at them and like do this and this and this and this. And it's not going to work like that anymore. I had one of the kids the other day, no word of a lie, he's 8. He was Googling how adoption in the UAE. How can I get adopted? He's 8. You know why he was Googling it? Because his mum said he's too young to have Roblox. He's 8. I have the video. My mum recorded him doing this. So take a step back. I always say the conversation starts with the kids. We need to know what they're thinking. You speak to them and you say, what do you think this is? Because it's like that thing when we were kids, we were like, I need to have ice cream. I need to have candy. I need to have this. And all our parents were trying to tell us was, it's going to give you a stomachache. And it did give us a stomachache if we ever had too much of it, right? So it's like, if you are able to know thy enemy, right? Even though they're your kids, you got to know your enemy. You got to know the enemy. You got to know how much it's infiltrated. You've got to know how much it's already affected the children. So you have a conversation first. What do you think? What happened? Tell me. Why do you need this? What's this game about? Oh, I've never heard about this game. Can you tell mommy about this game? What does this game do? Who else do you know that plays on this game? Get all the information.
You know what's interesting is that I was doing it, but I didn't know about it. And I wish that you were with me during this journey. But when I saw them playing games, I was just like, you know what, let's go to the gaming center. And I went with them a couple of times to play these games, to build a character, to see how they play, what they say, and for them to be in their like most vulnerable state, like, where they're like,
on defense.
Like, there's no filter, there's no nothing. And I was in the game with them and I was like, okay, fine. Like I see it's a little bit, it's a little bit on the aggressive side. So maybe not too long, but I guess it's harmless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
as a parent, I would say to play those games with your kids.
Yeah.
Play the games with your kids, see what they're doing, spend that time. Doesn't only have to be like, oh, like, you know, just let them play and, you know, you have your time.
Yeah.
But actually interact and see how they feel, because the moment that you play with them, there's some kind of like, I feel like the walls come down.
Yeah, 100%.
The walls came down and I was at.
Then you're able to know. I say that's step one. And then after that, you can make a plan. You can't make a plan on something you've gone and assumed and you've kind of made a plan. But then there are also very, very extreme things that do happen. You know, there are kids giving addresses out to strangers. There are kids talking to strangers. There are kids experiencing bullying, cyberbullying online, and all of these things that I say are just they're alarming, but they're the ones that we pay the most and heaviest attention on. But yeah, that's my little.
I love it.
That's
and
my
so
little
where can
thing.
people find you?
The Unplugged Initiative. We're on Instagram. We've got a website as well called the Unplugged Initiative. And yeah, it's my little
Spread the word, because this is really important, even for us adults.
Oh, that's
I need an unplugged zone.
Everyone's like, we need unplugged for adults. I'm like, listen, I'm working on it. I'm working because, you know, I'm the most unplugged friend you have. First of all, my phone is always dying. It's never charged. Second of all,
you and, you know, your other friend, the one that we're not gonna mention names, but there's two. You know what? I love it because you guys inspire me.
Yeah, we're both the same. And then I don't have no data on my phone, so that I don't have to always be online. I just check into Wi-Fi or I finish what I need to do and then I'm out. My phone is always on airplane mode when it can be. If I'm with friends, if I'm talking, whatever, I take whatever picture I need to take, and then I post everything in the evening. Have you noticed?
When you're done, when you're done.
I post when I've left the place.
You were just on the phone with me 5 minutes ago. Yeah. You're not out.
Yeah, when I'm like back home after talking to Manal, I'll post like at 1 a.m. And these things have helped me. So yes, I definitely will do something for adults. Manal.
Yeah.
Speaking of adults, the one thing that everyone keeps talking to me about our podcast is our dilemmas. Everyone, you know, someone said to me the other day, they said, has your mom seen your impersonation of her? I was like, yeah. Has your mom seen your impersonation?
I mean, the last one she did, she was like, oh, you're just embarrassed me.
No,
I don't do this. She was like, I wouldn't say that. I said, Mom.
You don't know yourself. My mom said the exact same thing. She was like, oh, you're lying to the people. I would never talk like that. I said, are you forgetting? Do we have deja vu here? Because what do you mean?
Wake up.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to read
the dilemma.
The dilemma.
And you know what? Why do I say dilemma? You say dilemma.
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 What do you say?
Dilemma.
Dilemma. Glasses?
We're
doing this again?
We're absolutely doing this again. Welcome to English 101.
We have to do an episode.
101.
101. We have to do one of the segments is that.
It's funny because we're both like English for non-speak. What's it called? ESL?
ESL. English as a second language.
Yeah.
English is not my first language. I always talk about it. I'm always like, English is not my second language.
We're here teaching each other
English. Glasses. Dilemma. Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay. I'm going to read it. So here's a dilemma. I had been talking to this guy for weeks, literally nonstop, all day and night. All day and night. We spoke for hours on end, and everything seemed great. We shared laughs, deep conversations, and even made plans to meet up. But suddenly, he stopped responding. He literally left me on red.
This is gonna happen.
Turned into a week, and now it's almost been a month, and I feel such a heavy mix of confusion and frustration. Yeah. Last night, as I sat in my favorite cafe, I honestly considered showing up at his house.
He
lives 45 minutes away and near where my family lives. But then I thought, would that make me look desperate? What if he was just busy or dealing with something personal? I'm confused. Please help. Should I confront him directly, send one last text asking for closure, or just let it go and move on? Oh my God.
Like,
let it go. I'm sorry, but this is not it's just let it go. His car's hot. The engine's hot.
Mom. Talk like mother.
I can't do it.
Because this is like PTSD.
This is PTSD.
This PTSD. Okay, wait. First of all, someone who doesn't want you, why are you running after them? Say. ماشي وكل تاجية هو كنت say أنا وقت كده بسرعتها اسكح شوت يا رب لهاد اسكح شوت No, but that's what she would say. She was like, "Nin ana korab." So basically, somebody who doesn't want you, why are you running after him? Do you have nothing better to do? You have no job. You have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And more importantly, my mom would be like, "Dadka, يعني like markay kutusaan يعني dadka yihiin خلاص iska dhaaf." She goes, "Shacayl ma weynaysid. Nimanna way buuxaan. Magaalada way joogaan. Haddaad weydid anaa kuu soo raadinayo."
Absolutely. Listen,
So
I
there's many men
have
available.
stories.
Yeah.
Stories
Wait.
to share. Well, don't ask me. We can't do it online.
No, I didn't ask you that.
We're not going to do it online.
But what would Hoya say? What would Mama say?
My mom, as I told you, in many instances, she would literally just look at me in complete disbelief and just be like, go back to reading her Quran. She wouldn't give me the time of day. If I tell her something like this, she would be like, I mean, I've done my job. Go do what you got to do. Go chase after him. If that, because she's going to be like, if at this point in your life, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, you know what they say. You know, have you heard that somebody saying when they say "wahas kufal," which is how do you say "wahas kufal" in English?
Wahas kufal. To be fair, I don't know what that is.
No, it's actually, I used to think it was disrespectful. Like, love yourself. Like wahas kufal. Or like self-love. Like you're missing some type of self-love. But can I share one thing though? Because basically our advice to sis is leave them alone. Leave them alone. Don't drive up to no one's house. People know what they're doing.
Absolutely. But also, if you're already questioning it, it's always, if you're questioning it and there is a doubt, I always say this, if you're questioning it, you have a doubt, it's the other one, sis. If you are not certain 100% that this person is for you, if you're not certain, you wake up and you're certain. If you have a single doubt, it's not for you. Throw it out the window.
Can I share one story though?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went out for Ramadan?
Doesn't mean I'm sharing mine.
No, it's not my story. But do you remember our friend's story? Well, we went out for Ramadan and our friend gave us permission to share the story.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll tell the story. So I have a friend. We have a friend. We love our friend so much. Again, no names. I'm gonna say she, because I have to say she.
You have to say she, yeah.
So she went to she was talking to someone. And they were talking, and the person lives in America, and my friend is here. And they were talking, and at that time, they were getting ready to basically meet up in the summer because Beyonce was doing her tour in the summer. And so my friend was like, I want to go see Beyonce. And the person that they were talking to was like, cool, I'm going to get us tickets. And they did
get the tickets.
They got the tickets. They said, come through. You're going to come and stay with me. Like, everything is going to be fine. Come to Atlanta this summer. We're going to see Beyonce. Cool. Closer to the time, my friend was like messaging the person like, hey, just letting you know, blah, 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 all of this stuff. And then they were like, nothing, silent, nothing.
And no,
nothing.
He was left on red. She was left
She was left on red constantly. And I was like, listen, something is up. Let's check her last post. Or let's check, see what happened on her last Instagram post. We checked the last Instagram post, and people, 8 weeks ago, had been writing, rest in peace. Like, the person didn't go, so the person died.
Yeah, the tickets, though.
And she still went to America. Went to Beyonce, actually met the love of her life.
Yeah.
That she's with right now.
In Bali.
No, Bangkok.
My bad.
Same. And so, look at life. She got ghosted. And yes, the person
left on red.
And the person was really dead. That was really ghosted.
Really ghosted. They were
moving on swiftly to the last segment of the show. Moving on to the last part of the show. And I've got a quick game for us, okay?
Let's do it.
So, you know how
I'm actually excited about this one.
Are you?
I am.
Okay, guys. Every time, before Ramadan, because we stopped for Ramadan, but most of the time, me and Manal are constantly singing. Constantly. So, I was like, Manal, let's play song association. So I have 5 words here, and she's got 5 words. I don't know her words. So I'm going to give her a word.
Liar. I'm kidding. It's just because
I can't
it's just because it's Eid. You can lie now.
The shaitan is back.
No, I don't want him.
Okay, no. So basically, I'm going to give her a word.
Let's go.
She's going to sing it. She's got about 10 seconds. I'm going to say 10 seconds in my mind. But the thing is, I
don't work well under pressure.
I already know she's gonna get it. You always do. So I'm gonna give you a word. You're gonna give me a word, or do you want me to give you all 5?
No.
What's better?
Go for it. One word at a time.
Okay. First word. Ready? Party.
Party in the USA. That Miley Cyrus. I'm offbeat, but yes, there you go.
It's the party in the USA. Okay, yeah. Okay, that was a point. Yeah, you got that. All right, my turn. Okay. Give me a word.
Love.
There's so many. I will always love you, and I will always love you. Oh, okay. All right. My turn. Your word is rain.
And let it rain.
And let it rain. You know what I was thinking?
I don't know what the word is, but I know I let it rain.
Can you stand the rain? But you said let it rain.
Can you stand the rain?
Yeah.
It's my window.
No. Can you stand the rain?
Is it my word or your word?
Sorry.
It's stressing me out.
Okay, my word. What's my word?
Dance. I win. It's already been 10 seconds.
I want to dance with somebody.
Okay.
I want to feel the heat with somebody. Okay, see, I got it. Okay, I got a point.
You did.
Okay, your word. Fire.
Fire to the rain. Watch it burn as I...
We can't even sing, but we're here for vibes. Adele. Okay, got it. All right, my turn.
Okay, go.
Okay, what's my turn? Sorry,
Summer.
Fudge.
10. 9.
What's the Will Smith song?
8.
Summertime.
Okay, she got it.
Okay, your word, freedom.
Freedom, I can't lose. Freedom. Hey. Sorry, Beyonce. Thanks for watching us, though.
We're here for it.
Okay,
what's my word?
Dream.
This is what dreams are made of. Hey now. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Henry Duff.
This is what dreams are made of.
I've got somewhere I belong. I've got somebody to love. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Go on. All right, last word. Baby.
Baby. Not you say the entrance. I know.
Okay.
Baby. Yeah.
Okay, go. My word.
Heart.
Huh?
Heart.
Like قلب.
Like ودنا هذا.
Heartbreaker, you got the best of me. Could I just keep on coming back excessively? So
you got
it. Did you have to
enough?
run?
خلاص.
Thanks.
I thought I would win.
Actually, we did 5 and 5. I'm proud of us. I love that. We've got to do more of that. Let us know. I have a question for like everyone who's listening and watching. If you guys have like fun games and things that you think we should play, let us know in the DMs and the comments. Because we love this.
I think I love it because also we get to do it in like our own space, but we're having fun. And to be fair, we have to enjoy what we're doing first.
That's factation.
And if you're not doing what you love, then you're doing the wrong thing.
Facts.
So I say on that note,
we're going to say thank you to everybody for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know what you're doing.
Thank you guys for watching and for supporting and for your feedback and for coming back to us with so many great ideas and so many great suggestions. We really appreciate it. And with that, that is it.